Hey guys, what is up? My name is Landon and welcome to the Jersey Zone. Now, today I'm going to be talking about how I clean my jerseys and my hats. Now, before I get into it, I would have loved to show you guys some footage of actually what I was doing while cleaning these jerseys and everything like that to give you guys a visual representation of exactly what I mean. But when I tried to record the last time that I cleaned my jerseys, I used my phone and it was not very good quality. You couldn't really see exactly what I was trying to show because of the fact as well is that sometimes you need to use two hands to clean the jerseys and I can't really hold my phone while using both my hands, so it wasn't very easy to record and get like a good angle of exactly what I was trying to show you guys. So the footage came out very poor just because of the camera quality as well as just the angles and everything like that. So unfortunately I won't have any footage of me actually cleaning the jerseys, so I'm just going to do my best to explain everything as thoroughly as possible. But if you guys do have any questions and you are a little bit confused at what I mean, make sure to leave them down below. I'll answer them as quickly as I can and as thoroughly as I can as well. But anyways, let's get into it here. So first off, I'm going to tell you guys how I clean my hats. Now, I don't just throw them in the washing machine because of the fact that I find that the washing machine can actually ruin the brim of the hat a little bit. It can bend it and ruin it. So I don't like to use the washing machine to clean my hats. Now, the method that I use, there might be an easier way to do it or a better way to do it, but this is just the way that I do it myself. So you guys are going to need two things to clean your hats. The first thing you're going to need is some OxiClean. Now I use the versatile stain remover one, so this is the one that I use. And then you're also going to need a bucket. I have a 5-gallon bucket here. Now I bought this specifically just to clean my jerseys, but it works for my hat as well. Now you don't need the 5-gallon bucket. Honestly, you can use pretty much anything as long as it fits your hats. So you can use like a mop bucket or even like a sink or really a bowl as long as it's big enough to fit the hats. You can really use anything. It's not that big of a deal as long as you have something to contain water and put the hat in. So it's really not that big of a deal. So what I do is I take my bucket or whatever you're using as the bucket and I just fill it with water up to the point where if I put my hat in, the brim of the hat will not go into the water. So I basically just have it so everything but the brim of the hat is in the water. And once you have the water in there, I just take a very little bit of OxiClean. And when I say a very little bit, I mean I literally don't use that much. I use probably about that high of OxiClean. It's literally just like a small scoop. And I just pour some in and I sprinkle it in a little bit and then I'll mix it around just so it's nice mixed up in there. And once that's done, like I said, I just put the hat in. What I do is I actually make sure that everything in the hat is wet, even the brim itself. But then, yeah, like I said, so the water will basically be up to right here. So everything but the brim of the hat will be in the water. And once you have that done, I just have it soaking in the OxiClean for about 30 minutes to an hour. After that's up, I then take the hat and I'll bring it to like a sink or a tap or whatever, and I'll just wash it out. I'll make sure that everything inside and everything outside is washed out pretty thoroughly. So after it's washed out pretty thoroughly, I then just take a towel and I'll just dry it a little bit. I might leave it in the towel for about 2 minutes or so, and then I just put it out to hang dry. So that's how I clean my hats. Like I said, pretty easy. I don't really do a whole lot with my hats. Now with the jerseys here, the jerseys it's a little bit more. Before we get into it though, I'm going to tell you when I actually clean my jerseys. Now I clean my jerseys every single time I get a new one, whether it's new with tags coming straight from like a factory or it's used, I will clean every single one. Now you guys don't really need to clean the ones that are new with tags. That's kind of up to you. You don't really have to, but I suggest doing it just because you kind of don't really know where it is. And I also just like to wash every single clothes that I get before wearing it. The ones that are used, definitely wash those for sure. But yeah, so I wash every single jersey that I get right away, pretty much. And then I will also wash my jerseys almost every single time that I go out. Depends on what I do and where I go. If I go out to like a public area and I sit down somewhere, I will definitely wash my jerseys then. I will not wear it again. But if I go to like a friend's house and I know their house is clean, I'll probably wear that jersey again, maybe one or two more times, and then I'll wash it after that. And I wash my jerseys in bulk. I have a separate rack for jerseys that I've already worn. So I kind of just leave them out there until I have about 10 jerseys to wash at once. And that's when I wash them. Now, you don't have to wait until you have a bulk of jerseys to wash them. You can wash them each separately if you would like. And if you don't have a very big collection, I would probably suggest doing that as well. But one thing I do want to just make sure that you guys aren't washing your jerseys too frequently. I have a fairly big collection, so I like to wear a wide variety of jerseys. So it tends to be a little bit before I wash the same jersey twice. But if you guys have a small collection, I would maybe try and stagger out washing your jersey that much because, like I said, you don't want to wash it too frequently. Anyways, so let's get into how I wash my jerseys. Now, there's kind of two parts to washing a jersey, and before I actually get into it as well, I do want to mention, I want to shout out r/hockey jerseys on Reddit. They're a great subreddit. They're a great community. There are a lot of people there who have a large knowledge of hockey jerseys, way bigger than I know right now. They're fantastic over there. They can help you out with anything, like figuring out if a jersey is fake or not, or stuff like that. Or even if you just want to show off your hockey jersey collection. Like I said, they're a great community. Go check them out over there if you guys haven't already. The reason I'm shouting them out is because this is their method, and I've been using this method for about 2 years now, and it works great. So, like I said, go check them out if you guys haven't already. Now, there's kind of two parts to this method of washing a jersey. There's the first part that involves OxiClean. Now, with that part, there is some precautions you need to take. So you need to be a little bit careful when washing a jersey with OxiClean. And I'll tell you some of the things that you need to look out for when washing your jerseys with OxiClean. The second part is just throwing it into the washing machine. So if you guys don't want to use the OxiClean method, you don't have to. I just find it cleans the jersey a little bit better. If it's stained, it'll usually get the stains out and everything like that. It'll get it out way better than a washing machine would. But if you guys don't want to use the OxiClean method, you don't have to. You can just throw it into the washing machine. So there'll be timestamps that you'll be able to see if you just want to skip right to the washing machine and how to get it done there. Now, the one precaution that you need to take before you use the OxiClean is you need to be conscious about what jerseys you are washing with the OxiClean. If the jersey you want to wash has any like glitter or sparkling or anything like that on it, I would recommend not using the OxiClean. For example, this jersey right here, as you can see, there's sparkling right here, as well as on the numbers, on the logo itself, and right here as well. All of this is pretty sparkly, pretty glittery. I would never put this jersey in an OxiClean bath because of the fact that the OxiClean can actually eat up the glitter. There are a lot of other jerseys as well that have the glitter on it that will be eaten up by the OxiClean. For example, like the Edmonton Oilers oil drop jersey, that one will be eaten up by OxiClean. I'm guessing also probably the 2020 All-Star jerseys, those ones probably will be eaten up by OxiClean as well. There's a couple others as well. If you guys aren't 100% sure about if the glitter will be eaten up, I would probably just stay away from the OxiClean if you can, just because I don't want you to ruin your jerseys. But if it is just a regular jersey, there's nothing special on it. For example, like that Florida jersey, like the Hyman jersey, the Mooteris jersey up there, those kind of jerseys you can throw into an OxiClean bath. That Gretzky one there, that one has some glitter on it. I wouldn't throw that one in the OxiClean bath. Okay, so the first part is with the OxiClean. Now, the same thing with the hat. You're going to need your box of OxiClean here. Like I said, I have the versatile stain remover one. And then you're going to need a bucket as well. Like I said, I have a 5-gallon bucket. You don't need to use the 5-gallon bucket again for the jerseys. I find it's a little bit easier. Now, with the 5-gallon bucket, I'm usually only able to clean about 2 jerseys with the bucket at the same time. I have a tub, which is a pretty big tub, where I clean about 10 jerseys at a time. You can also use like a bathtub or, like I said, really anything. As long as it holds water and you can fit a jersey in there, you'll be fine. So what you want to do is you want to take your bucket and you want to fill about a quarter of it with warm or hot water. And then once you got that done, you'll take your 1 scoop of OxiClean, put it in, and you'll mix it around with whatever works. And then after that, you're going to want to fill the rest up with lukewarm or cold water to around here. Now, you don't want to fill it up too high because of the fact that you want to put your jerseys in there and you don't want it to overflow. You can even add extra water later if you really want to, but I would fill it up to probably about 3/4 of the way there. And then once you got all of the water in, I usually mix it around again just to make sure that everything's mixed in nicely. And then you can put your jerseys in. Before you put your jerseys in, make sure to flip them inside out completely, and then you can toss them in there. So I usually put my jerseys in for about 4 to 5 hours. If they're super dirty and super stained, I'll usually leave them in there a little bit longer, probably around 6 or 7. But once they're in there, you want to make sure that you mix it around every 30 to 45 minutes or so. And then once that 4 hours or however long that you have it in there is done, you can then put it in the washing machine. Okay, so now we're on to part 2, which is just throwing it into the washing machine. Now, if you missed part 1, make sure to have your jerseys inside out before you throw it into the washing machine. And if you guys use part 1, you can just chuck it from your bucket or whatever into the washing machine. Now, with the washing machine, I usually wash my jerseys by themselves, whether I'm just washing one or I'm washing more than one. I will only wash those jerseys together. I don't put anything else in the washing machine. And then you want to make sure that you have it on your delicate cycle, whatever that may be. I think mine is just called rapid wash. So you want to make sure that it's on cold water. You want to make sure that it's on low spin, and you want to make sure that you use not a lot of detergent as well. And with my rapid wash, I think it's only like 30 minutes or something like that. It's not very long. Once you have that all ready to go, you just hit start and you wait for it to wash. After it's done, now this is very important, do not put it in the dryer. That is not a thing you do. That will ruin the crest of your jerseys. So definitely don't put it in the dryer. Make sure that you hang dry your jerseys, because like I said, the dryer will ruin the jerseys. Now, sometimes when you take your jersey out of the washing machine, the numbers or the crust itself can be a little bit folded. Now, you don't need to panic. There are a couple things that you can do to fix that. First off, you can just put some books on it or something heavy to kind of weigh it down, and that'll usually fix it a little bit. What I tend to do is I just iron them out. So I make sure that I put a t-shirt over the area that I'm actually going to be ironing, and then I use my iron, which is on low heat and high steam, and I just go over it for about 10 seconds or so, and it usually tends to get it out. You might need to do a little bit longer than 10 seconds. I don't usually really count how long I actually have it on there for, but I'm just making sure that I'm constantly moving the iron around, and I'm just ironing it out until it actually comes out. But anyways, that's the method that I use to clean my jerseys. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments down below. Like I said, I'll do my best to answer everything as thoroughly as possible. If that did help you out, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more jersey content. And also make sure to follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter at the Jersey Zone YT on Instagram and at the Jersey Zone on Twitter. Like I said, that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this helped you out, and I'll see you guys next time.